It really is, and will only result in decreasing consumer choice and not necessarily raising costs for Americans. I'd like to speak now to Bill 1435, the Preserving Choice in Vehicle Purchases Act, the one that we're discussing right now. I co-lead this, and the main sponsor is Mr. Joyce. I commend him for that, and of course, Representative Latta and Representative Obernolte. This bill would prevent the collaboration between California and the EPA to ban the sale of new internal combustion engines in California by 2035. While this might look on the surface, it seems like a states' rights issue. However, 17 other states are bound to follow California's regulations, which would put 40% of the entire nation's new car sales under this onerous ban. This would have far-reaching national effects, since auto manufacturers would be forced to adjust their manufacturing plans to comply with California's ban, not only indirectly forcing EV vehicles onto consumers outside those 17 other states, but also causing major disruptions in many other adjacent industries across the nation. While there are some Americans might prefer EV vehicles. There's nothing wrong with that. We're all about choice. There are many others, however, more Americans that don't feel EV vehicles are best suited to fulfill their unique transportation needs. Whether that be because EVs don't offer the range or reliability needed, the consumer lives in a rural, if they live in a rural area, the consumer without easy access to public chargers, well, they may not want an EV. The EV's performance may not hold up in hot or cold climates, or simply the consumers prefer a non-EV. Consumer data is clear that American consumers prefer gas-powered cars over EVs. According to Cox Automotive, 90,000 EVs are sitting on dealership car lots.
Good morning, friends. I have breaking news to share with you. President Biden has just made a big announcement. He is now asking for over $1 billion in extra funding for monthly benefits. Congressional lawmakers are expected to pass a new bill that could change requirements for major relief programs. My dear friends, please do me a favor and watch until the end of this video to find out how this could affect you. Also, do stay tuned because I'll be announcing yesterday's winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, my dearest friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Our federal government could be headed towards a shutdown at the end of September. The White House has now officially said that Congress should pass a short-term measure to fund the government and ensure it continues to operate after the end of the current fiscal year. The Washington Post reported that if the government runs out of money on September 30th, 2023, this could trigger a shutdown that jeopardizes numerous federal programs, including SNAP, which millions of Americans rely on. The Biden administration has requested an additional $1.4 billion to prevent a potential interruption in food assistance for millions of low-income families. During a press conference, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said, "Without the additional funds, SNAP agencies may be forced in the coming year to implement waiting lists, causing women and children to go hungry and pushing vulnerable families into poverty." She also stated, "This is something that Congress can do. They can prevent a government shutdown. They need to prevent a government shutdown." For months now, Democrats and Republicans have tried to push forward a series of appropriations bills to fund our government through the 2024 fiscal year beginning October 1st. However, the parties do not agree on any of the specifics. According to Yahoo News, House Republicans are calling for spending cuts that Democrats refuse to agree on. The Biden administration is now asking Congress to adopt a continuing resolution to maintain most spending at existing levels during negotiations. New food stamp requirements also take effect on September 1st, with additional changes coming next month. These changes are part of the debt ceiling deal made in May. Congress expanded age requirements for SNAP recipients, considered able-bodied adults without any dependents. According to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, the changes put SNAP benefits at risk for 1 million older adults by taking food assistance away from people age 50 to 55 who cannot meet a work reporting requirement. At issue is the Farm Bill, which is passed every 5 years and funds food programs like SNAP, sets policies for how food is grown and conserved, helps farmers, and much more. Some 25 House Democrats on the Agriculture Committee has recently sent a letter to Speaker Kevin McCarthy, urging Republicans to stop calling for deeper cuts. Ranking Member Representative David Scott said, "The partisan negotiations over the Farm Bill, like in 2014 and 2018, cause a great deal of anxiety in rural America." President Biden has openly celebrated recent inflation reports, and Federal Reserve officials have also breathed a sigh of relief, as rapid price gains show signs of losing steam. But the pressing question now is whether that pace of progress towards slower price increases, one that was long awaited and very welcome, can persist. The Fed's preferred inflation measure, which is a personal consumption expenditures index, is expected to go up to 4.2% or 4.3% in a report on Thursday, after volatile food and fuel costs are stripped out. That would be an increase from 4.1% for the core measure in June, and while it would still be down considerably from a peak of 5.4% last summer, such a reading would underscore that inflation remains stubbornly above the Fed's 2% target goal, and that its path back to normal is proving bumpy. Most economists are not hugely concerned. They still expect inflation to ease later this year and into 2024, as disruptions fade and as consumers become less willing to accept ever higher prices of goods. U.S. shoppers are feeling the squeeze of both shrinking savings and higher Fed interest rates. So, dear friends, please comment below if you have noticed prices for goods and services declining or rising in your city. Well, my amazing and most beautiful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Saturday. My dear friends, thank you very, very much for being here every day and for being part of this community. The winners of yesterday's Walmart gift card giveaway is Sheila M. 625 and Carmen Colon. Congratulations, my dearest friends. To claim your gift cards, please check your notifications page and send me a message. Or you could message me on my Facebook page.